You are confident. You are smart. You can do this. You will pass. You can study today. You can complete every single assignment. Okay, you guys. Got my comfy blanket. Just got out of the shower. Very relaxed. And I want this to be a casual video. Let's talk about the bar exam. Hey y'all, it's Kim with the K, come to you guys with a new video. So first, let me say I am so sorry. I literally had a whole game plan for the bar prep series, and honestly, I just didn't feel like I could speak on it because I didn't have to take the bar exam through a pandemic, through finally people speaking out about the racial injustices going on in our country. I didn't have to take it with that on top of it already being just an extremely tense, emotionally draining, and just mentally exhausting exam. But you know what? I said, you know, I'm just gonna get on here casual and talk to you guys because you know what? Right now, y'all are studying. Y'all ain't worried about if I'm cute. Y'all not worried about if you're cute. And I was right there with you last year. I was just looking at some photos, and I'll pop some up right here of me just literally in the moment studying for the exam and like feeling the pressure, especially around this time because I took the July bar exam and we took it at the end of July. So right now, just got word that Alabama, what they're doing is they're allowing students to either continue to take the July exam or to take September. So honestly, I don't know what I would do. I don't have a suggestion because it's really a personal call. I think if you do decide to do September, don't just feel like, okay, I can just slack off right now. I say slow the pace. It's your call, but I wouldn't be studying as intense as I was during this time if I was taking the July bar exam because you definitely up it once you're getting a little bit closer to the exam. So first thing I want to talk about, the series is not going to be, I'm going to have to try again next year. So I'm just kind of getting on here to talk and give you guys some feedback, some tips. I've gotten a ton of questions because people are looking forward to the series. I'm so sorry. But anyway, so y'all, around July 4th is when I took my simulated MBE exam for Barbary last year, and I have it right here, and I actually have a whole binder of like stuff I tried to keep, notebooks and just like my practice tests and just a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm going to go over a little bit today. And then again, I do plan on doing a more professional, formal, like helpful video at some point. So the simulated exam, and a lot of things that instructors were saying and just people in general were saying based off what you get on that simulated MBE is going to determine whether you pass or not. So there was a lot of pressure on that. I took it very seriously. I took all of this very seriously. I studied a ton, and then I just went into the simulated as if it was the exam. So I was trying to be positive, listen to my gospel music. I did that in law school, and Tyra, one of my law school like good friends, she could tell you, like, I would listen to Kirk Franklin before every exam. Like any type of gospel, I would just be feeling it. And fun fact, if you haven't seen my bar results video, I was supposed to capture my reaction of opening my bar results on camera because, you know, but I was at work and I wasn't planning. I was supposed to be tomorrow. I can't even talk. It was supposed to be tomorrow, and I just clicked the email, not even reading the caption, like me reading the subject line that said results, but I just clicked it and it said, "We are pleased to inform you that you passed the academic portion of the Alabama bar." But God, it was God. God took that exam. God gave me this. I am so blessed and so thankful. I also was listening to some gospel because, I mean, whether I'm excited, nervous, anxious, happy, mad, I just try to, gospel music just puts you in a better mood. It really does. It does. Like, how can you be mad and praising the Lord? Like, you can't. So anyway, so the simulated exam, y'all. When I tell you I did horrible, I don't even know if I ever really talked about this out loud. I'm not even gonna get emotional because that's how I did so bad. I felt like I can't pass this exam. I'm not smart enough. I haven't studied enough. It was just, studying for the bar exam is such a process. Like, and I know you're feeling it right now, which is why I wanted this video to be a little bit more casual late in the game, because you're not alone. I remember like it was literally today. I remember how I felt. I felt like I was alone. My nails are, ignore those. I just popped off my press-ons. But I felt like everyone else was studying great and like knew what they were doing and they did well. So I'm actually gonna tell you guys what I got on my simulated exam, just for motivation, because I was just so distraught. I was like, I know I'm not gonna pass. Like, I didn't pass the simulate. Like, I literally was in the percentile, like below the 30 percentile, like at the passage on Barbary. Like, if you're taking Barbary, you know what I mean. If you took your simulated exam, then you get what I'm saying. So the morning exam portion, I got a 50 out of 100. And the afternoon portion, I got a 42 out of 100. So clearly that's not a passing score. I felt defeated. I didn't even know where to start. I didn't know what to do. So what I did is I went over every single question. I looked at what the answer I picked, tried to like talk myself through why I picked that answer, looked at the answer they picked, and tried to like analyze, okay, no, what I said was wrong because of why. This answer is correct because why. Then I also upped the amount of practice questions I took. So just like when I took the LSAT, if you guys haven't seen those videos, I'll leave them down below. But for me, I realized, which I guess it was kind of like a blessing in disguise that I did so bad on the simulated, because I realized that when I get things wrong, I like dive deep into why I did that wrong. And I kind of do that in other areas of my life, so you know, it's not all that great, bittersweet. But for exam purposes, like my practice tests, like the answers I got wrong, I really like focused on those. Even the ones I got right, I went back through and I was like, no, I need to be for sure that I know this answer, that there was no debate, there was no any, mini, mimo, or like I wasn't really sure about the answer. So I just went through every single question, every single answer, and I just constantly kept doing practice tests on the areas, the subjects that I really struggled with, and then I also did some on the subjects that I was doing well in. I didn't want to get too comfortable in any subject, because you just never know with this type of exam. And I'm not a great test taker. I've always said that I'm not a great test taker. I'm not good at standardized tests, and I have test anxiety, all these things I've said. So what I did during this time is I tried to like get that off my back, get that out my mind, and like I literally have post-it notes everywhere, and I still do that even as an attorney when I get frustrated and I feel like I can't do this, or I'm doubting myself or whatever. Like, I write post-it notes everywhere, and I was just like, you will pass the bar exam. You are beautiful. You are confident. You are smart. You can do this. You will pass. You can study today. You can complete every single assignment. You will complete this course. Like, my goal was to do 90% of the course, and I think I did like 92% of the course. So I was just trying to hype myself up, because it can feel like there's just impossible. It's impossible. It feels impossible. But you have to look at people like myself and several hundreds of thousands of attorneys before you that took this exam and passed. Your journey may look different than somebody else's, and you still could pass. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, I know you're feeling like, Cameron, girl, help me, help me, help me. But seriously, you have to, the element of the bar exam. I remember me and my friend, we talked to someone that took the bar exam and they didn't pass the first time, and then they passed the second time. And we called her just like real, like, girl, I don't know if we can do this. Like, what was the difference? What was the difference as you passing the second time? Because she was like, I studied hard both times, I took it serious both times, and the difference was her mental stability. She was praying more. She was taking breaks when she needed to, but not where you're sitting just for days and not studying. No, but like if you need an hour break, go for a walk. Work on your physical health. Like, that really will help your mental health. Like, I worked out a ton during the bar exam, and lately I've been working out a lot, and it's probably because pandemic, just work has been crazy, and it really helps me just like refocus my mind. Sorry, my hair is crazy. So yes, don't forget your mental sanity, okay? You have to stay alert. You have to take breaks. You have to eat right, be healthy in some way to keep your mind able to just withstand the duration of you studying and you taking on this task. You don't want to get to the day of the exam and you're burnt out. You don't want to do that. So in order to help avoid that, you have to focus on your mental health during the process. You have to eat right. You have to work out or go for a walk. You don't have to be like in the weight room or anything like that, but you do need to just like check in with yourself, like take a bubble bath, have a glass of wine, don't overdo it, like, you know, cook a meal, a real meal. Well, I mean, I guess we're all kind of cooking meals, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, call your family member, FaceTime your friend, laugh, watch a comedy. You will literally consume yourself in bar prep, and it's not healthy. Closer to the time, you know what? Go all in, but still, there still were moments where I had to take a step back and say, all right, I need to just take a nap, a power nap. I need to just start. I need to wake up early, get a good workout in, eat a good breakfast, and then start. Like, there were days I had to just really pay attention to how I was feeling and was I taking care of myself. but was I still studying hard? It's definitely a difficult balance. But so all that to say, yes, I did horrible. I can't even say. Yes, I did horrible on my simulated MBE. Yes, I mean, I literally failed. I failed the bar exam. But on the day of the exam, that wasn't my testimony. I showed up. Because I did bad this day, I didn't let this one little practice test, I didn't let that take over my entire bar prep journey. I didn't let any of these practice tests where I didn't do well. Some of these, okay, these are later in the game, so I was doing decent, but I didn't let the practice tests that I did where I was getting 30s and 20% and only one answer right, I didn't let those make me feel like I cannot pass the actual exam because right now in this moment I'm struggling. Or right now during the study process. During the process you're supposed to be learning and you're not gonna know everything. I didn't let those days discourage me or tell me, well, that's it, I'm gonna just give up now because on one practice test I got only one answer right. No, what I did is I went back and I took a second to step back because you do have to take a second. Come on, it's tough. If you're constantly, there were days where I felt like every day, all the tests, I just wasn't getting anything. Like, why am I only getting 2 right? Why have I listened to this lecture 3 times and I can't tell you one element? What's going on? I need to step back. I need to take a break. It happens to all of us. But on the actual bar exam, so Alabama's bar passage number is a 260. I got a 274. I did fine. I did fine. I can literally wave into a ton of states. Like, I did fine. 274, you can look it up. I don't feel like going through the states. But, like, that's really good. And I was so surprised, thankful, and just like, not only was I just surprised that I passed and like so thankful, like I could literally cry right now because I was just so thankful. It's such a tough thing. You have to push through to get to the end goal. But then when I got my score, I'm just like, God is so good and faithful. So just stick it out. Stick it out. I know it's feeling like, girl, all these papers, all this study schedule, all these assignments, and then adding in the pandemic, my heart goes out to you because, like, damn, excuse my language, but all this uncertainty on top of you studying for something that is potentially one of the most important moments, stepping stones and milestones in your life right now, that, man, that's heavy. That's crazy. I feel like I'm just talking y'all ear off, but so let's get into the nitty gritty now. So I literally, like I said, I have this binder. It looks crazy because I didn't even bother to reorganize or anything. It looks crazy. So I would have the dividers by subject, and then I'd have a different binder. Just kind of depended on what I was doing. So I tried different methods during the process because I don't know, I just couldn't figure out what I really wanted to do. And then towards the end, I kind of got a routine. At first, I was writing out every single answer. That was just taking too long and it was impossible. So then what I would do is, like, for instance, with, let me see, with my handwriting, y'all, I'm so sorry. But, so for instance, with this, let me get one y'all can actually read. Okay, so this trust, I did like a knowledge, can y'all see that? I know the light's kind of bright. You can kind of see it. So yeah, trust knowledge check. I would just write out, literally write my answers, time myself, and then I would write how many I got right and what percentage. Because sometimes if you're doing a ton of practice exams, like I did a ton. Like I have practice exams on practice exams on practice exams, but I had to start putting the percentage I was getting on there to motivate me and to say, you may be doing 100 practice tests a day. I wasn't, but that's just an example. So maybe I was doing more like maybe 20 to 50 a day. And some days I would do less, some days I would do more. It just kind of just depends, but that's an average. So I can't be doing these and not really paying attention to the results. So I kept them organized. Now they're not, but I kept them organized. Okay, so here's all my crim law. Here's all my conflicts of law. Here's all my family law. Here's all, you know, the specific subjects of the practice test I was doing, so I can see, am I progressing? And I also put the date on it and the day of the week in the corner. Oh, sorry, we're back too bright. But I put it in the corner so I can keep track of, okay, I started off getting 10%, and then I got up to 70%, and then I got 100%, and I kept getting 100%, and then it went down to 30%. What happened? Have I not read anything about the subject in a while? Did I do flashcards on another subject that's similar and I'm getting confused? So what's going on there? Also, I decided to really focused heavily on the MBE, UBE state, by the way, because I knew those would not only be on the multiple choice section, but they'd also possibly be on the essay. So that gave me like a double dose, but I still made time to focus on the essay subjects, all of the ones that are possible. Pro tip, JD Advising was pretty darn close with their predictions. So go to jdadvising.com. I think that's it. If not, just Google JD Advising and I'll try to leave a link below. They were pretty darn close with their predictions on everything. And also, just to touch on the MPT really quick, the MPT, I had 2 memos, so like, look at God. Thank you, God. Even though one of them, it was like, what is this? And who are you? And you need to leave me alone. Like, it was like, what is this? Are y'all? It was some moments during the bar exam, I kid you not, that I'm looking around like, do we have the right exam? Because what question what the hell? That's why it's so important to do so many questions that when you get these crazy questions, you're like, I had some crazy ones when I was doing the practice exam. This ain't nothing. Let me just keep pushing. Let me push through. Let me not let it throw me off. Because sometimes it was like, if I had never taken a full practice test or like just done as many questions that I had, I would have been like, I'm about to go. And there still was a moment where I had to get up and was like, let me get some water from the Waterloo stations because what's going on here? And I'll also add really quick, I did about, see, MPTs, they took so long. But I did do full out MPT practices. Like, just because you need to be, you don't want the first time you're doing that to be at the exam. Like, please, if you don't listen to nothing I say, please take some practice test time, especially right now if you take the July exam, time yourself, please, please. I did about maybe 10 to 15, maybe more, about 10 to 15 total. Me full out writing them, and then when I didn't full out write them, I would outline. So I would just like do an outline of my thought process and then thoroughly read the answer. That really helped me. Reading the answer, the model answers really help, even with like the multiple choice, like seeing why that multiple choice answer is correct, like really can change the game. So highly recommend it. Definitely do it if you haven't done it already. Get to it. Okay, y'all, we're back. I had to change my battery out. But so I want to give you guys a pro tip, and I know it's kind of late, but there's some people that are taking an exam that's later in the year, or you're deciding to take it later, whatever the case may be. But honestly, let me say this first. Whatever you're doing, if you're studying hard, keep doing it. You're going to be fine, I promise you. We all doubted ourselves, all of us. Anybody that took the bar exam had moments of doubt during bar prep, during the exam, after the exam, months down the line, before they got their results, after they got the result. Like, we've all literally been there. Like, every attorney you know, whatever attorney you look up to, they have been there. No one went into the exams. If somebody says they went into the exam confident and they left confident, and they lie. Unless it's like their 18th time taking it, but that's no shade, no tea. But like, no one should, even then, I don't care. Like, this is a tough exam. It's hard. It's determining whether or not you can practice law. You spent 3 years. I'm getting worked up like I'm about to take the exam. You spent 3 years studying for this job. And you get to the end to graduate. Pandemic hits. You can't graduate, but you a graduate. And then you have to take an exam to determine if you can use your degree. You spent 3. Listen, I know I'm preaching to somebody. Somebody comment below, do you feel me? Because I feel y'all, and I'm not even doing it. But it was just last year, y'all. It's still fresh. It's still fresh on my chest. It's still fresh. That bar exam, I think, because I feel like I was pretty isolated during that time, which, I mean, I kind of recommend. But, like, I really went through it. Like, I really went through it. I had a video, and I couldn't find it because I would input it. But I had a video I did, and it was, like, I was never going to post it. I just was like, I feel defeated, discouraged. I can't do this. It was just, like, a real moment. Like, I was having a breakdown. Like, I was just, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And then now, my first year as an attorney is, it's working up there. It's getting there because it's all so hard, but it's all a part of the legal journey process. Like, it's part of the process. Nothing's perfect. So, okay, pro tip. Now listen, okay? I was a Barbary rep and then the Barbary lead. This major key. Now listen, this is the personal study plan from Barbary. You print it out, okay? So I know they give you the personal study plan on the course website, but that changes. So say you don't do, and I got this pro tip from my boyfriend, so like he saved my life with this one. But on the online course portion, say you have 10 assignments. and you only do 7. Those 3 go to the next day, and it kind of changes up your schedule. But say in your mind, you're like already had like an idea of what that was going to be from start to finish. Now all of a sudden they're all changing around. I didn't like that. I like to have a schedule that's staying set, especially for something like this. So it was like one thing I can control. So with the study plan, they have a checklist like you go through, and it doesn't change clearly because it's a printout. So like I would mark off everything as I did them, and then if I needed to change things around, I would change things around. Like if I missed a day or I needed to add it to a different day, which you'll kind of see some of my like bootleg notes, my handwriting is horrid. That's what I would do. I would put, let me see if I find one. Little like smiley face stuff. Like I put like passing on one of my, it was July 14th, on like my MPT write out. I put like a little passing smiley face. I don't even know if you guys can see that. My nails, I'm so mad. I should have did my nails before I did this one. But anyway, I put like a little passing smiley face and just like a whole bunch of stuff. I pretty much did, I did 95%. I wrote it at the end. I did 95% of the barb course on top of doing additional things. Some other things that I did use, I used the Critical Pass flashcards. If you aren't familiar with them, I'll put up a little video here so you guys can get an idea what it is. I don't have them with me, somebody's borrowing them. Here is what it is. I really liked them. I do feel like they were more helpful towards the end. I felt already overwhelmed in the beginning that I feel like I couldn't add anything else to like my study thing, because Barbary, like they give you books on top of books on top of books. Like some of the books I didn't even use. Like I don't need you, who are you? But I'd rather have all the resources I need and then me pick and choose rather than feeling like I didn't have enough. So, but I really like the Critical Pass flashcards. What I would do is I would walk around campus, walk at my apartment, walk anywhere really, and just recite them as if they were a speech. That really helps me memorize because I have a theater background. So I really think, I keep saying I have a theater background. I haven't done that since undergrad. But I mean, that was such a huge portion of my life for like, I don't know, 17, 18 plus years. So, yeah. So for me to memorize and like to help me study, saying things out loud, reciting them like a speech or acting them out is crazy. Looking back, I probably looked crazy at the school studying or at my apartment, or people could hear me because I would be in my apartment just like making beats with the like stuff. Listen, making up songs, something like, hey, it's a tort. Like something, you gotta do what you gotta do. Listen, it gets to a point where you're like, I have to do what I have to do. Okay? And I said what I said. When I said it, that's what I meant when I said it. And I said what I said. Period. Like, because it's crazy. But you're not alone. We're all here doing with you. We all may be distanced, because stay social distance, wear your mask. Okay? We ain't got time. But just know you're not alone. Check in with people around you. Check in with yourself. Check in with your family and friends. Check in with your other classmates. Towards the end I didn't really study with anybody else, but towards the end I did. So okay, I guess I did. Well, towards the end, my 1L study group, we did study a little bit together, but not really. Like it's pretty much a self-study plan and can definitely be done at home, like all online. The only part that I did go into a class was during the live classes in the beginning to watch the lectures, but aside from that, everything was online. You'll be fine. I just hate that you guys are having to go through it, like with this pandemic stuff, and it's just so uncertain. It really is, and it's just like concerning. Honestly, it's just a struggle. So I just wanted to come out here really quickly. I feel like this video is gonna be super long. I'm sorry. I hope it was helpful. It wasn't what I wanted to do, but you know, I just figured I would just turn on the camera and just talk. I've gotten a ton of questions. I know when I was studying, sometimes it was just nice to have something in the background motivating me, or just take a break to just watch some YouTube videos. Or honestly, pro tip, I would watch study with me videos, because it got to a point where if I couldn't focus that day, or I felt like I wasn't productive, or I just was just over it, like I'm so tired. It's like every day you're doing the same thing, like drive me nuts. 7 days a week, crazy. 10 to 12 hours a day, like it was just crazy. I upped it like a lot towards the end. I was like OD with it, but I would watch study videos, so I would literally sit there and study while they're studying, and then they would take a break. I would take a break, or I would pause if I need to, but like it just really helps. I don't know, it's something about a studying environment and somebody else studying even though they're on a computer. So right now that's like perfect because social distancing and a lot of things are closed. So try that out if you haven't. If you feel like, oh, I wish I was studying with somebody, try out the study with me videos. I never did one. I almost filmed one, but the bar prep took everything out of me. I couldn't barely film. So yeah, I'm done rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. Anyone that you feel like might need this message. I really hope it was helpful. Let me know down below. I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I love you guys. I'm sending my prayers. Good luck. You guys got this. Fight strong to the end. Don't burn out. Check in with yourself. I feel like I've said that a ton, but people go through a lot during this process and during your legal journey. You just need to create healthy habits in the beginning. But yeah, see you guys in my next video.